This is the E2 espresso machine made by Tuni, and it was sent to me free of charge for the purpose of making videos. However, they are not watching this video before you are, and all opinions are my own, as always. Now, I have been using another name brand espresso machine for quite some time now, so I can say that I'm not an expert, but I am kind of well versed in the matter, and I do make at least 1 cup of espresso, well, actually a cup of latte, every single day, like every single day. So I'm a big coffee addict. I am very particular with my coffee. I never use sweeteners, so I would say that if you have an experience with drinking coffee without sweetener, you would know that you kind of develop this like taste for coffee, and you can actually appreciate the differences in taste of coffee. So I digress, but I think it's still important to mention this because if you are like me and you drink your coffee without any sweetener and you can actually appreciate the taste of coffee, then you know when a cup of coffee is actually really good. So I drink coffee every single day. I feel like I cannot function without coffee, and I have experience making my own coffee with another name brand machine. And I was really excited to get this E2 espresso machine for several reasons. Now, the first thing that really caught my eye when I saw this machine is how premium it looks. This machine looks very elegant. It is available in black and white. I got the white version, and I am very, very happy with it. I thought that it was going to get all dirty and, all spilled with coffee and whatnot, but hasn't been the case, at least so far. And even if a couple of drops here and there have been spilled, then it's really easy to clean. You just wipe it off with a damp cloth and, you go along with your day. Now, the package has a lot of accessories, even more than I got with the other name brand machines. So I was very, very impressed with that. For example, you get a milled frothing cup, which with the other brands you have to buy separately. You get a tamper / measuring kind of spoon type of utensil. Well, utensil? Is that the word? It's kind of weird that they include that because they also include an actual tamper. So that's actually really, really nice. Like I said, this box was full of accessories, and that impressed me quite a bit. Each of the accessories that are included really look premium. They feel premium. For example, the portafilter is extremely heavy, and I guess extremely is a hyperbole, but it does feel much heavier than any other portafilter that I have used before. Now, with the other name brand, I had the original portafilter as well as a bottomless portafilter that I bought separately, and this one definitely is a lot heavier than the other two. Now, the other ones that I had are 51 millimeter, and this one that comes with the E2 is a 58 millimeter. And the thing is that this portafilter with the E2 espresso machine is very, very premium feeling. It really feels hefty. It feels like it gives you this really secure, kind of confident type of feel, so to speak. Now, when Tuni agreed to send this machine to me and I read on the specs that it was going to be a 58 millimeter portafilter, in my mind I was already thinking about buying extra accessories, an extra tamper, an extra bottomless portafilter, and the things that usually you get when you get really into the rabbit hole that is making espresso machine and making espressos. However, like I said, this portafilter feels so premium that I automatically do not feel the need to buy a bottomless filter for this machine. I do want to get the puck, well, not a puck, is it called a puck? Kinda, it's the puck screen. So I want to get the funnel and the puck screen to go with this portafilter that is included. So I think that's pretty much the only thing that I'm going to get extra for this machine, because with everything else that comes included, I really don't feel like I need to buy anything else. Another extra that I was surprised to see included in the box is a tip, an additional tip for the milk frother. Now, the one that comes pre-assembled, at least in my case, maybe they might switch it in some cases or not, but I don't know. Anyway, the one that was already included in my milk frother in this machine was the single hole, and the additional one that they add is a 2-hole. So that's really up to you if you want to use a 1-hole or a 2-hole tip on your milk frother. And I'll talk a little bit more about that milk frother. Now, setting up the E2 espresso machine for the first time is actually a little bit easier than it was with the other name brand that I got. And it's actually, one of the first things that caught my eye, by the way, was the fact that it's an all digital control as opposed to other ones that have analog controls. At first, I thought that I was going to be, having a learning curve or adaptation curve, so to speak. But it was actually rather simple. After a couple of espressos brewed, it was really no problem. Now, the first time that you set it up, you connect it, and, well, like I said, it's all digital, so you press or you touch the power icon. I want to say button, but these are actually just icons, or I guess you can call them buttons, whatever. You press the power button, and it will automatically start heating up. Now, all the other buttons will just start blinking, letting you know the machine is getting ready by preheating. And then what you do is that you place a cup under the steam wand, because the milk frother wand, and then you're going to double press the steam cool button, and then this will actually cause the machine to start flowing water from the milk frother wand, the steam wand. And you basically do this for about 8 seconds, or you can also use the included milk frothing cup to measure about 100 milliliters of water, and then you can just single press the steam button to stop the flow. Now, the next thing that you do is you attach the portafilter in its place, and then you press on the manual button to start the water flowing. Now, it's not going to accumulate any pressure or build up any pressure at this point because you don't have any coffee grounds yet. Now, the water should flow, and you can use again the included milk frothing cup to measure about 150 milliliters of water, and that's pretty much about it. Now, I really like the location of the water tank that is way in the back, and it is very easy to attach and unattach, to remove. Like when you want to fill it again with water, it's really easy because you just barely lift it up like about an inch, then you move it back or backwards, and then that's it. It's already free. As opposed to other espresso machines that actually do need a little bit more involvement in the process of removing the water tank. So that's probably just nitpicking on the other brands, but I really thought that this was a really convenient way to place the water tank. Now, the E2 allows you to prepare your espressos in 2 different ways. One is an automatic and the other one is a manual mode. Now, I really only use the manual mode, but automatic mode is a convenient way to just set it and forget it. And you can also customize the amount of water that flows through the automatic mode. So if you get like your own special formula and you know how much water or how long the water should flow for the type of grind you apply to your coffee, then you can program this to the automatic mode, and it's a one-touch operation basically. In my case, though, I like to gauge the color of the coffee that's being poured from the filter, so that's why I usually use just a manual mode. Now, one thing that I really like about the E2 Espresso is that it includes a pressure gauge. Now, this is something that I usually see only on premium espresso machines, or like really high-priced espresso machines. So I was really surprised to see it in this one. Like, even though the price is not exactly cheap on this espresso machine, but So basically, the pressure gauge tells you when the pressure, of course, is building up to the ideal level. Now, it starts with the lowest setting, which pretty much is a pre-infusion of water, and this pretty much just dampens the coffee grounds, and then it starts building up pressure. Now, this is great because you can really verify that the grinding that you are using on your coffee is actually the adequate amount. Now, I usually grind it very fine, and I see that the pressure builds up either to just at the maximum of the red range, or sometimes even just a little bit, like it goes past and then goes back to the ideal, to the maximum ideal. And it works for me. I mean, for my taste buds, the coffee tastes really good. So, but I think that having a pressure gauge actually is a very helpful thing, because again, you can gauge whether or not the coffee that you're grinding is appropriate. Now I really like the steam one that is included in this E2 espresso machine because it resembles the ones that you see on the big coffee shop places, as opposed to the other name brands that have like a plastic or rubber or silicone type of tip that you actually kind of have to hack for you to get a better milk frothing experience. And this one, like I mentioned at the beginning, includes an extra tip so that you can personalize a bit more the way that the milk is being frothed. And I find that the shape and the, well, overall performance of this steam one is a lot better than on the other name brand espresso machine that I have. So the experience of frothing the milk with this one is much, much better. Now, I have never been able to do any latte art, but even the first time that I tried frothing milk on this one, I actually got close to like resembling some strange figure from another planet or something. But. Cleaning up the E2 Espresso is very easy because of all the all the parts that you can clean and that you should be cleaning are very accessible. The steam one, well, it's made of metal, so you just use a damp microfiber cloth, and then it is very easy to just wipe clean. And again, you use the steam function to clear out any residue that might be left within the holes of the steam one. And then the whole surface area of where the portafilter is also very easy to just wipe clean with a damp cloth. And then they include a container at the bottom where you place your cup. Is also just super easy to deattach or to remove. Then you can rinse it under water and then wipe it clean, and then you put it back. So everything super easy to clean. And like I mentioned before, the water tank is also super easy to remove, and you can wash it and you can refill it and you put it back. So everything, the whole setup and the whole use of the machine is actually very convenient, very easy. Now, if you don't have an espresso machine and you're looking to buy your first one, this is not a cheap one, but it is actually a very good starting point. And even if you do happen to have an espresso machine, like an entry-level espresso machine, like the other name brands that I keep referring to but not actually mentioning, that I feel that this is an upgrade to that one as well. So I think it's well worth the money, even though it's not an affordable machine. I think it is worth the money, and the experience with it is just really top-notch, really. So again, if you're looking for your new machine or you're looking to upgrade your entry-level espresso machine, then this is actually, in my opinion, a very good option. So thank you for watching this far. I hope that this video was helpful, and if you want to see the other name brand espresso machine that I keep referring to, then go ahead and click right here. And yeah, hope to see you in the next one, and until then, may God bless you all.